Yeah. But then you will have some folks that would say true, but at the same time, I would be able to understand it from the context of you saying it because it's too much of higher intellect. So I will have to, um, so I will have to truly hear it from another point of view. And that's funny. My little breathing exercise, take a minute to breathe, which I will be doing after this podcast. But other than that, keep God first in everything that you do, including business, life, family, whatever it is, keep Him first. I'm telling you, it's going to be a greater experience. And I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes it is going to be a whole lot of tests with it to where you can like, God, while I'm going through this, while I'm going through that, and it's just, a trip. And, it could be another good example. My wife, me and her was chatting and everything because her health, is still kind of shaky and whatnot. And it was yesterday she hit me up and whatnot, and me and her was chatting, and she had said something that made me, say, huh? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't nothing bad. It was just in the process of her health and everything, and she had said something that kind of caught me off guard. But it reminded me of the Apostle Paul when he was going through his ailments of getting bit by a snake, being shipwrecked and everything. They had a broken rib or something, but was still preaching the gospel. And so my wife's situation at the hospital and everything, in regards to her health, is crazy. But how her health is. The blessing with it, though, is that she's blessing others and telling others about Christ, which is beautiful, in the condition that she's in. And the crazy thing is, like, I had to stop and I really had to talk to God yesterday, like, Lord, I keep praying that you heal her, and, the information that she gave me, I'm like, hold up. I'm like, wait a minute. It's almost like quite the opposite. But now I'm seeing the reason why. And even when I do this podcast, and I say, and I, from time to time, let you guys know, like, hey, keep God first, talk to God about your problems and things of that nature. I understand what God puts you in the place that you need to be at, to where you need to, I'm not going to say preach, but I'm going to say tell the gospel to others in a way that you guys can understand. Because trust me, there are some folks that are like really, really, really super pumped up for Christ, and I love them like that. I truly do. I know sometimes they're not going to get the message across to a whole lot of people because, a whole lot of people's not going to take that, I'm not going to say that they do extra, but, some people feel intimidated by folks like that. Things in that nature. I'm not knocking down my Christian brothers and sisters. I'm not knocking you guys down like that. No. I'm not knocking you guys down. I'm just saying that there are some people, and who are so worldly that just don't really adapt to the message we try to give. We are supposed to give to them, and Christ told us to do. And so I know those folks tend to run away with them. But for like me, talk to you guys like this podcast and things of that nature. You guys just hear the calm nature and things of that nature. You guys are like, okay, we understand where you're coming from. I'm like, as long as the seed is being planted, and then you start to see it grow, and then you find a church home and be around like-minded Christians, and trust me, they're not going to be perfect. Because like I said before, if you ever hear somebody say they're a perfect Christian, they just broke one of the commandments, thou shalt not lie. And guess what? They lying to you if they say that they are a perfect Christian. No such thing as a perfect Christian, not in our day and age. Most folks is either lukewarm or they all in. Or they just not in at all. So like I said before, if you guys like me talking about God, hey, it's cool. You guys can always just cut off the podcast whenever I mention God and just go on about your business. I'm not going to trip about it. Because when God calls me home, the podcast is the things I've been doing over the past little years. I've been doing this stuff, whatever, it's still going to be here on earth, while my spirit is going to be elsewhere, and my body is going to be decomposed back to dirt. So the words that has been spoken in the videos, which is coming back again pretty soon. Actually, well, the videos you guys should see me in person is coming back pretty soon. Because I will have a video podcast either Monday or Tuesday. Supposedly it's supposed to rain out here at Cali on Monday or Tuesday. But I'm going to still try to go out to the beach with an umbrella. And if it does happen, I'm trying to be out there for a little bit and go back home. I ain't trying to stay out by the beach when it's raining and cold and windy. That's not a good combination. But other than that, though, excuse me. Other than that, keep God first in whatever it is that you do. Because when you do that, I'm telling you right now, life is much better. Things are so much more better. And everything is just much more better. And like I said before, of course, it's going to be some things that's going to make you say, and, go get pissed off and things of that nature. And the reason why I mentioned the financial part about it, how you try to save some money and then something always comes at the wrong time. When you try to save money, then you always have less than what you have. That happened with me this week. And the crazy thing is, I was trying to save some money for my next paycheck. But unfortunately, let me take it back. Now, unfortunately, I had to take care of some other duties. Family comes first. So, yeah. And then I was like, okay, and after that, I was like, okay. So we cool. And then next thing you know, something else had to come out, and something else had to come out, and I'm looking at my account like, what the hell? Trying to pay taxes at the same time. And excuse me for saying what the HS will to, and those some guys like this. My apologies. I thought I was saying. So that had happened. And then after that, just the other fact too, that all of that had happened. I'm like, man, make a $6 in our account, whatever. But I'm like, you know what? The blessing, and with that, the blessing with all that though is can't trip off about it. You can't really trip off about it because things. Excuse me. You can't trip off about it because at the end of the day, still able to take care of the important things, And I know, trust me, and excuse my, I'm not going to say, I'm going to just say it's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt when you try to save money and then something always come out. For those that got millions of dollars and things of that nature, oh yeah, they're greatly blessed. But you also have to remember, you got to pay taxes. So when you got to pay taxes up on them type of millions of, dollars or whatnot, you do get like a nice little tax break or whatever. But at the same time, you better make sure you know what you're doing correctly. Because if not, you could be back to square one. And whatever. So, yeah. It's crazy. But like I said before, when you keep God first, He's going to guide you. And trust me, I'm living proof. There's been some days where it's just been cool and good and everything's going straight. And then you have those days where things is just like, in months and weeks is like, Lord, what in the heck is this going on? Or you go through those tough tests and trials where you're looking like you just want to tear up something because you can't take it. But God is not going to give you a whole lot that you cannot take, though. He will always give you solutions to the problems to help ease the tests. But at the same time, you have to learn and grow from it. Because when you learn and grow from it, then that is where you start to get more wiser. And that's where you start to be more humble. And that's where you start to really see the bigger picture of things. You start to see that material items is just material items and they nothing but just material items, so you really care less. You start to see that your family is more important, your health is important, and things of that nature. You start to see the beauty that of things that God has created. As opposed, oops, I didn't mean to do that. As opposed to, what the? I did not even activate Siri, so that's kind of creepy. That's on my iPad. I thought that was on my iPhone. But yeah, other than that though, you start to see the bigger picture of things. So always keep God first in life, business, family, and especially in relationships. If you are engaged or ready to get married for a husband and wife, tell you guys right now, keep God first, and that always keep Him first. Because there's a whole lot of guys that are up in the engagement stage, y'all in the lovely-dovey stage and things of that nature. And then some of y'all at the 5-year point, whatever, y'all just look at each other like, why you? I'm telling you right now, keep God first. And keep the spark in your relationship alive. But keep God first. And once you do that, trust me, He's going to make sure everything is straight for you guys. You just got to keep Him first. So with that, I'm going to end this podcast. And tell you guys, thank you for tuning in. It's always great to do these podcasts for you guys each and every week. I was going to do this yesterday, but I got caught up listening to the Kendrick Lamar album, which I was listening to since Thursday evening or whatever. And I know some of y'all that are Christians, y'all like, you listen to the album, brother. Like, boy, you shouldn't be listening to that. Trust me, and I'm going to get a whole lot of criticism from that. But like I said before, I'm not a perfect Christian, and I'm not masking, listen to that album. As, I'm not making no excuse for that. I'm just let you guys know right now. I grew, and I'm not making no excuse as well. To my Christian brothers and sisters, I'm not making no excuse why I say this. I grew up in the hip-hop era. Grew up in California. So what Kendra's talking about, and I understand, you talk about the Black Israelites type of thing, I don't rock with that. I don't. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to Jesus Christ as personal Lord and Savior, there's no color to it. I'm a Christian, so there's no color to it. There's folks that twist it up for their own sick gain. Those folks, God has their number. But I don't twist it up. So what Kendrick was saying, the album, things of that nature, I really was paying attention to the Black Israelite thingy because I heard them brothers before out here on Crenshaw or whatever in Lamar Park. They talking about it. And I was looking at them like, y'all need to really dive into the Bible and things of that nature. Other than that, though, some of the other topics you talk about, I can relate to growing up in South Central in other parts of California. So, yeah, that's the reason why I was listening to the album. Other than, and I'm a music producer, so I like listening to the beats. I was listening more to the beats than the lyrics. Keep it at that. So, ladies and gents, I want to tell you this to you guys. Enjoy your Resurrection Sunday, or as y'all call it, Easter. And I don't know how the Easter Bunny, whatever came to be. But enjoy your Resurrection Sunday. Know the true reason that Christ had came here to die for your sins. And if you don't know Christ, I'm going to tell you right now, get to know Him. It's just a simple, Lord, I just want to come into your kingdom. He opened the door for you. He opened the door for you. If you are going to a church, go to a church that speaks sound doctrine that actually is telling you who Christ really is. Not no, oh, you need to touch this car. And no. When go to those type of churches, go to a church that you can tell they telling who Christ really is. So, ladies and gents, I catch you guys on Monday and Tuesday on my Periscope at Chinchilla Q21. Over at Santa Monica or Long Beach, wherever beach I'm at is where I'm going to do the podcast. So, stay tuned for that. With that, one love to you guys. I catch you guys next Friday or next Saturday on Week 44's podcast. So with that, your boy Chinchilla Q, also known as Q Moore, saying peace, sayonara, one love, God bless. Keep God first above all else, because if you don't, you're going to be lost. But if you keep Him first, everything is going to go according as planned. So with that, to you guys, one love, deuces. Your boy is out. Peace.